right. Okay, this is Bravely Default 2. I am SonicNKnux, and I'm going to play this, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Let's see. I played Bravely Default. I played all of the games in the Bravely series. I have no idea what this one's about. From my understanding, it is a standalone game that's separate from the first two. And that's about all I know about it. So we're gonna start.
I am that which whispers, which carries, which connects. This thread of life, adrift, untethered. It must be woven back into the fabric of the world. Remember. Remember who you are.
Okay, we have difficulty. Turns more slowly, battles easier. I'm gonna go normal, but you know. Those who wish to concentrate join the story. Everyone except real gluttons for punishment. Those who just can't help themselves. We're gonna go normal.
Now go. Return to the land. To your destiny. Cry out. Call out your name.
I mean, we'll keep it Seth. Yeah, we'll keep it as Seth. I could change it, but yeah, we'll keep it. So you are Seth. Note that some characters may not display. This name will be shared with others if online. You know. All right. Give me a second. I don't remember what my name was, right? Like, I don't want, enter a name. Come on now. Alright. You know what? Let's, whatever. It's whatever. There you go. Let's just work with that. I mean, sure. That's fine. I'll change my name later if I want. No, wait a second. Audio. Give me a second.
Where am I?
Is this what the crystal wished to show us?
Without a doubt, my lady. Where the light led, there he lay.
Are those voices? But whose?
'Twould seem he is a young man of the sea.
This is all a little unexpected, I must say. But I trust you, Sir Sloane, and I trust the light of the crystal.
He may not seem much, my lady, but appearances can be deceiving. In any case, he is in need of urgent treatment. Let us return to town with all haste. We will talk more of what this means at a later juncture.
Can't believe I survived. Huh? Where am I?
You are in Halcyonia, in an inn. Don't be alarmed, you are quite safe. Now that you appear to be capable of speaking, perhaps you could tell me a little about yourself.
Me? Sure, I mean... I'm just a regular sailor, I guess. My ship got hit by this huge wave, and I was swept overboard. I don't remember anything after that. Guess I must have drifted here on the tide.
I see. Then perhaps it was the crystal's will after all.
Huh? What do you mean?
Ah, our young seafarer has awoken at last. Verily, thy plight hath troubled us greatly, friend. We had feared the very worst.
This is Sir Sloane, the royal man-at-arms.
The... what?
Come, my lady, we must make haste. It will not do to keep King Vernon waiting.
Indeed not. We will leave right away.
Wait, you're going to meet a king? Who exactly are you?
Gloria of Musa, at your service.
Oh, what's your last
Princess
name?
Gloria of Musa, if you prefer my proper title. Although, since my kingdom was destroyed, I've been unsure whether I'm worthy of it any longer.
You're a princess.
I shall explain everything in due course. For now, you would do well to rest a while longer.
Sure. Okay.
It was so hard not to talk. Alright, it's time to get your adventure underway. Any key locations you need to visit in order to move the story forward will be indicated by the thing icon. Why not start by seeing where it leads you? If you ever get confused about what you're supposed to be doing, you can always press and hold R to check your current objectives. Got it. Alright, where's the music? Okay. Who are you?
Feeling better now, are you?
Yeah. Thanks for letting me stay here.
Don't mention it. It's only right to help people out when they're in need.
Well, thanks all the same. So this place is called Halcyonia, right? Can't say I've ever heard of it. Where exactly are we?
Ah, I didn't think you were from around here. All right, let me show you on a map. Here we are.
What the? This map doesn't make any sense. Where the heck am I?
I heard you met with something of a calamity.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. My ship was hit by a giant wave. Must have been a freak storm or something.
Oh dear. Yes, we've been hearing a lot about enormous waves and the like lately. We're all right here in the city, but I heard they wreaked havoc down on the coast.
That doesn't sound good. Maybe I should go check it out. See if I can figure out what happened to me.
Well, the seaside's not far south of here. Follow the road out of town, and you'll be there in a jiffy. Tell you what, why don't you take the map with you in case you get lost?
Alright.
Thanks.
Map obtained. Main menu. Oh, really? It wasn't accessible. Now accessible. Use X to open it. Okay, X. Okay, totally blanked out. Options, settings, language, voice, camera. I'll leave it at that for now. Everything is good. I don't think I need subtitles. This is a text-based game. What I'll do is I'll leave these levels at what they are for now. Oh, I guess I could save too. We'll just save there. Get some incremental saves going. And we'll look at everything else later. C still a bit choppy, so be careful. Okay. This is home of the Spring Breeze Halcyonia. Okay. Making your way around town, you'll find various helpful establishments in the villages, towns, and cities you visit on your adventure. Right, I remember shops, I remember inns. Struggling to find an establishment, get a zoomed out view. If you need to get someone quickly, push and hold ZR to run. Open the menu, go option. Oh, really? Okay. I think I remember this. I don't remember this. Okay, that's a dash. He already runs, and then that's the walking. I'm gonna miss playing this on 3DS. I like the depth that you got. So I think we're going to panoramic view. Right. I remember that. Let's see. I have not played a Bravely game since Bravely 2nd. Can't let me through here. Afraid you'll have to turn back. Okay. Let's see. I really enjoyed both games. Bravely Default 1 was, oh, here we go, the depth problem. There we go. Okay, that guy doesn't talk. Maybe that's a story related thing. You. Everything you need for the travels of Nop, our shop should be able to help you. A father gives me money for every customer I bring into the shop. Okay. You are talk. Strangers happening to the ocean, high seas, big waves, sudden storms. It's got the tides all messed up too, which means people can't go out fishing. No one's seen anything like it before. Oh, okay. Okay, you are, I mean, it's just a shop. I don't think there's anything here right now. Welcome. Bunch of stuff I don't know. Some of the stuff I remember. The old stuff. We'll look at all this in depth later. One season is spring. Really? Spring all year round. Perfect for taking outdoor naps. Hay fever never goes away. I have allergies myself. Very slight whenever the pollen comes out. Princess Gloria has been with us for a few years now, ever since she had to flee her own kingdom. Musa, it was called. Surely she can't stay here. I wonder what she'll do. We mustn't abandon hope, no matter how bleak things become. Need to take courage and look to the future. The heroes of light are sure to cut through the darkness and come to our aid. Little girl, no idea if it's actually true. Okay, my little hamster wheel in my head is starting to work, because I think the way this game was the four heroes of light in this game are kind of like the four heroes of light in, I don't know, like Final Fantasy 1. I know that the Bravely Default series was like an offshoot of the Final Fantasy series, kinda, sorta. So I drink to taste good. Look, it must be true. I've been drinking the local brew all day. Not you. I'm gonna talk to her. Okay, she doesn't talk. Alright. Next we're gonna come... okay, outside is our destination. Let's hit this girl up. Sword Iron's getting stronger every day. I'll be able to take down a dragon. I mean, I would if they existed. I know dragons aren't real. Oh, another place. Nothing in here. Okay. Then we're gonna zoom up here. Nothing in there. Gosh. Maybe had a lot to talk about. King Vernon's otherwise engaged at the moment. You better come back later if you're hoping for an audience. Do you talk? Who? Okay. So we're gonna run out this door. None of you all talk. Sounds like taxes are going up again. It's been the same old story ever since Horton came to power. It's the last thing the people down on the coast need, what with those huge storms and everything they've been dealing with. Okay, we got problems at the coast where we washed up. Maybe we're a pirate, I don't know. We kind of look like we have a pirate thing going on.
Princess Gloria, thank you for joining us. I think you may have some inkling of why I have summoned you here. It concerns the future of the Musen royal line. It has been 3 years now since you came here to our kingdom, and while I can only imagine your pain at having lost your realm under such tragic circumstances, there comes a time when one must turn from the past and begin to look forward.
Uh-oh.
I wonder if you might consider making your stay here a more long-term arrangement. Prime Minister Horton has convinced me that in finding you a suitable match, we might sooner bring about the restoration of your kingdom.
Has he indeed?
Thank you, Your Majesty. Yes, with King Vernon's permission, I have instructed my heralds to canvass potential suitors for you, Princess Gloria. Muse's unfortunate end need not mean the end of its illustrious line, after all.
I see. And have you any thoughts on the matter, Sir Sloane?
The honorable gentleman's line of reasoning is not without merit. Such an arrangement would indeed benefit Musa in the long term.
Ah, wise words.
Look at her eyes.
Your reputation as both a warrior and a thinker is well deserved, I see.
Yet I would not dream to speak for Her Highness, of course. 'Tis she and she alone who must decide.
King Vernon, your concern for my well-being is, as ever, far more than I deserve. Alas, I have a sacred duty to perform before I can even begin to consider such worldly affairs. This being so, I'm afraid I have no choice but to respectfully decline your suggestion.
What? How dare you treat King Vernon's kind offices with such disdain? Why, a match has been all but agreed already. Do you wish His Majesty to look a fool?
That will be quite enough, Horton. We have no right to expect anything of Princess Gloria beyond her kindness in hearing us out. We are friends and allies of long standing, and her wishes will be respected. If it is not impolite to ask, Your Highness, what is this sacred duty of which you speak?
The time has come for me to recover my kingdom's greatest treasures, the 4 crystals. Fortunately, thanks to Sir Sloane, the wind crystal is safely in my possession already, but the whereabouts of the others remain unknown. And that does not bode well. Fire, water, wind, earth, nature's masters. The crystal's power exceeds the hand of man, and if unleashed, would bring down death, disaster, calamity and blight upon the land. I learned those lines as soon as I could talk. And if I understand them correctly, the troubled seas may be merely the first among many calamities to come.
It is my duty, no, my destiny, as Princess of Musa to do all that I can to prevent further misfortune befalling our world. And I shall fulfill it.
Very well. I understand completely. Princess Gloria, you must go. You must fulfill your destiny.
Thank you, King Vernon. Your understanding in the matter is much appreciated.
All right. So, give me a second. Alright, beyond the city limits, when you're out and about in the field, it's a good idea to take a look around you and get the lay of the land as you travel. If you're using the standard two-handed controls, right stick will move the camera. Oh, like controller instead of the Joy-Cons? Pressing the right stick will expand or shrink the mini-map. For a detailed overview, open the menu and go to Options Controls. When you're out in the field or exploring a dungeon, you can press Y to swing your sword. Okay, try using it to cut some grass or give a monster a nasty surprise. You never know what might happen. Okay, saving, I know about that. It is also auto-saving. My guess is that random encounters are going to kick in. So we already have our protagonist, and this guy, I think his name is Seth. We renamed him Knux, but his name is Seth. And then there's a dart obtained. Okay, don't know what that is. We have what's her name? Gloria, I think her name is. She's also our protagonist. And then we have Gloria's supporting character in, I forget the guy's name, but he's bearded and he's got a cool haircut. And then we have 2 ward lights. I don't know what those are. Okay. We have her supporter and the bearded dude with the nice haircut. These are all of my items already? Okay. And then this is everything, and then this is specific categories. So we got a ward light. Oh! Ah! Didn't mean to use that already. This makes it harder for enemies to spot the party. Okay, cures a single target of sleep. Arrow type weapon that deals damage. Collectible resource. Diaphanous flake. From the skin of certain aquatic creatures. Okay, and then the rest of that is good. And then I think the right stick expands. Okay, expands the minimap. It's fixed in the north position. Shoot. I didn't mean to. Whoa, what is that? Hey, we have dynamic audio. And then we have our antagonist so far with the whatever the guy's name is. I forget. Horton. We got him. I don't know what kind of role the king plays. Gonna cut some grass. I don't see anything out right now. Already the map is a lot different from the maps of the first 2 games. It's much wider. Kind of feels like the map in Final Fantasy VII. This is where I'm supposed to go.
Whoa.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I heard it was bad, but this is something else.
Oh, you should have seen the size of the waves. They smashed absolutely everything to
A monster! Quickly! Get out of here!
It kind of looks like a stuffed animal.
Watch out, guys. No big deal.
Okay.
Okay, what's the plan?
It looks like we're fighting on a stage. 2 commands from the key components of the Bravely series' unique battle system. Brave and Default. Use Default to accumulate built-up power, and Brave to unleash it. I remember this. Brave command is a potent offensive technique that enables a character to spend BP in order to increase the number of actions they can perform that turn. You can use it to string together chains of up to 4 moves, using an item, then attacking 3 times, for example. It's even possible to borrow BP against future turns, enabling you to pile on the pressure when the time is right. I remember doing that. Right, you can use multiple turns at once, depending on if you save them up. Default. The default command is a powerful defensive maneuver that enables a character to hunker down and bank their action for that turn in the form of a brave point. The safest way to progress through battle is often to begin by building up BP through the use of the default command. Try it out for yourself. It's time to try out the brave command for yourself. You don't currently have anything banked that you can borrow against the BP of future turns to perform up to 3 extra actions. It's worth mentioning, however, that this may not always be the best idea, but never mind that for now. Try using the brave command a few times to perform multiple attacks. Okay, brave to attack multiple times, right? And if you do it when you don't have any BP saved up, let's just stack it. If you use it multiple times, you're going to be open for turns. Inflict physical damage. Spend BP to perform actions. Spending BP you don't have when you miss future turns, right? And then we just hit this guy, right? Enemies, don't hit yourself, please. Okay, we want to attack, inflict physical damage. That's it, yeah? Oh, right. I remember. So this is the first turn, and then this is the second turn. We could just stack everything on Goblin B, right? And then this is turn 3, and then this is turn 4.
It's nothing.
I don't seem to be taking damage.
No big deal. Guess it's my turn.
Beware of over-braving. The key benefit of the brave command is that it lets you perform multiple actions in a single turn. Be aware, however, that if you borrow BP against future turns, you'll end up with a deficit that must be worked off before you can act again. Wipe the enemy out in one go and you'll have nothing to worry about, but it's worth bearing in mind the risks if your gamble doesn't pay off. Got it. Don't forget to default. The default command can be employed to offset the downside of being brave. You can use it to accumulate up to 3 BP, with the help of which you'll be able to act 4 times and still take your next turn as normal. Build up BP, then let them loose. Bear those words in mind, particularly in bigger battles, and you won't go far. You won't go far wrong? You won't go far. Okay. That's an odd way to word it. Battle speed. Triple, quadruple. Wow, okay. Battle info is. Right. I'm apparently not taking damage during this fight. And then I think the Y command lets you repeat the same attack inputs that you put in. So for this, we will use default, I guess.
Crikey! Sorry, pal. I didn't see you standing there.
How many times have I told you? Look before you cast. You can't just jump in spells blazing.
And how many times have I told you? I'm a big picture guy. He's alright, isn't he? Don't sweat the details.
Someone has to when you're going around nearly frazzling people.
Just gonna walk into the battlefield?
Are you alright?
Yeah, I guess. But who are you exactly?
Just a couple of concerned passers-by. This guy's a wandering scholar, and I'm the one he hired to try and keep him out of trouble. The name's Adele.
Oh, and I'm Elvis.
Anyway, enough chit-chat. We've got a battle to finish. Try not to incinerate anyone, okay, Elvis?
Aye, I'll do my best.
Here I go.
Okay. She looks like she uses swords and daggers? I already used default. So... Vulnerable. Okay, he's vulnerable to swords. I didn't know that. Weakness is swords. Maybe, okay, this is the Elvis's turn? And he is a black mage. He uses magic. Magic costs BP or MP. I mean, we already used fire, but I don't think they're weak to that. Let's try using blizzard. We already saw what fire looks like. What is all? Oh, okay.
Come and get her!
Ha! They're vulnerable to water. Okay. So I was right. Bash Russ. And then this is her turn again? Where's the turn forecast? Inflict physical damage. Yeah. What's her other stuff? Freelancer abilities. Oh, okay. Okay, so using examine, right, reveals HP, weaknesses, and their family. Got it. So for this, I think we can brave now, right? Because we have, yeah. Because if you look next to my my little Knux guy, he's got 1 BP stored up. So we can brave with no penalty. We can go in twice on him.
Everyone okay?
Alright, 2 freelancers and a black mage. Got it. Acquired a stone.
And in a scrap, aren't you, laddie? That was some tasty brawling.
It really was. You were definitely more help than a certain so-called scholar I could mention.
Ha! Aye, less of that. I pulled my weight fair and square. Isn't that right, pal?
Huh? Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, you're only saying that because he put you on the spot. It's all right, you know. You can tell us what you really think. Besides, if you're nice to this one, it'll only go to his head.
And what would be so wrong with that, eh? Go on, son. Praise away. I could do with a wee boost to the old self-esteem.
Believe me, that's the last thing he needs.
Anyway, thanks for helping me out back there. Miss.
Hey, less of that. It's just plain Adele, okay?
Aye, we don't stand much in ceremony, us two. What are you doing scrapping with monsters anyway? You don't look like your average warrior, I must say.
Oh, I was just helping out an old lady who was in trouble.
Have a go hero, eh? Very noble. I reckon you and me are going to get along just fine. Which is lucky, because I'm about to take you back to town and treat you to a wee drink.
Oh, really? Are you sure?
Am I sure? After a bonding experience like that, I insist on it.
Well, in that case, all right.
That's the spirit.
Ho-ho! Then away to the tavern we go. I've worked up a right old thirst. Oh, but before I forget, have you seen one of these about the place?
What is it?
It's called an asterisk. Us two are on a journey collecting them, which is how we ended up happening across you.
But we're not friends or anything. I'm only here because he hired me.
Okay, details. Anyway, we heard there was someone around these parts in possession of one of these wee beauties, so I was wondering if you might know something?
No. Sorry, guys. I'm not from around here. Matter of fact, I'm not even here by choice. I got shipwrecked and just kind of washed up nearby.
A shipwreck? Talk about a calamity.
Yeah, I guess. But hey, I'm still alive, and I wasn't too badly hurt, so...
Aye, sounds like you've plenty to be thankful for. Not least of all meeting the two of us. Now, shall we go and celebrate or what? That bar won't prop itself up.
Alright, Elvis and Adele joined the party. I already like the characters. Jobs and abilities can now be viewed and managed from the main menu.
Your Highness, a wandering merchant brings most worrisome tidings. The desert kingdom of Savalon is beset by a sudden abundance of water. So much so that full half the capital has been submerged. A deluge in the desert, milady. 'Tis unheard of. I would fain hazard a guess that this is a crystal's doing.
Savalon? The kingdom is a muse and ally of long standing.
And King Orion is a fine man. I am sure he would be happy to tell us more about what has been happening. We should head there right away.
One moment, milady. Lurk not in the shadows, rogues. Show yourselves.
This guy's hair.
Very impressive, Sir Sloane. The greatest swordsman in the land is still as sharp as ever, it seems.
Thou knowest me. Then thee and thy companion are no mere sneak thieves, it would seem. Perhaps thou might do me the kindness of an introduction.
Well, since you asked so nicely, my sharp-eyed friend, I am Selena.
Yeah, and I'm Dag.
We will come straight to the point, yes? Princess Gloria, we want the wind crystal. Please make this easy for everyone and hand it over.
You must be joking.
What? Come now, do as we say and no one will have to get hurt.
Never mind all the fancy talk, Selena. Let's just bash him and take the bloody thing. The old codger's already got one foot in the grave. We'll be done with him in no time.
Thou thinkest me too old to school thee, boy? There is life in this old dog yet.
Ooh, Gramps has got a temper on him. Well, rage all you like, mate. You don't stand a chance against me.
See, now, Sloane's haircut is just too fancy for him to just be a nobody.
Is that an asterisk?
Too right it is. Bet you wish you'd just given us the crystal now, don't ya? Bring it, old man.
Oh.
What? Was it you? Do the despoilers of Musa stand before me?
Musa? What are you on about?
Mayhap you are mere mercenaries. In which case, whose coin hath purchased thy services?
I'll show ya.
Oh no.
Game's up, Grandad. Put the sword down, or the kid gets it.
Ugh.
Stop it! Let me go! Sir Sloane, you must do as he says. What kind of monster takes a child hostage?
Whatever. It worked, didn't it? All's fair dinkum in love and war. Now shut your whinging and hand over the crystal.
Please stop it! I do not have the crystal.
Hey?
You have hidden it somewhere. Very well. Then we will just have to take you instead.
Never!
You will let the child go free? Then I will do as you say.
No!
Princess Gloria!
Hostage trade, eh? Not a bad idea. And I'd probably go along with it too if Greybeard here hadn't rubbed me up the wrong way.
What?
Sir Sloane!
Fear not, Your Highness. 'Twill take a mightier blow than this to fell me.
Will it now? Well, there's a coincidence, because that's exactly what I was about to give you.
Oh my god.
Ready or not?
Your Highness!
I have already agreed to come with you. There is no need for further bloodshed.
Oh yeah? Think you can tell me what to do ya? You ain't the princess of me, girlie.
Man.
All right, Dag. You have had your fun.
But...
She was telling the truth. She does not have the wind crystal. Now, do as we promised and release the child. You can walk, yes? You must fetch the wind crystal and bring it to the abandoned house north of town. Once you have done that, we will release Princess Gloria. But if you even think about bringing help from Halcyonia, well, I'm sure I don't need to tell you what would happen.
Ugh. Oh, my sword.
Smell you later, Drongos.
Oh my god.
Princess Gloria!
Oh my god. Stop. Smell you later. Oh my god. Alright, what is this? Wandering monsters. Monsters freely roam the fields and dungeons of the land. Come into contact with one and a battle will begin. When a monster notices you, you'll see a exclamation point symbol appear above its head and it will come charging towards you. Try not to let monsters approach you from behind, as you'll find yourself at a distinct disadvantage in the ensuing battle. My guess is that that works both ways. Party chat. As you work your way through the story, you'll occasionally see the words party chat. I remember this. Appear in the top right corner of the screen. Press the plus button. Oh, this text invisible to join a conversation between the members of your heroic band. The notification will disappear after a while, but you can catch up on any party chat you've missed by opening the menu and going to Travelogue Memories. Got it. Alright, so we can talk. It looks like we'll be able to talk to some other people in the map. I think right now our destination is to hit the town again and get that started. We're going to talk to this guy first though. A couple of tips if you're ever up against multiple enemies. First, try to whittle their numbers down as quickly as you can. After all, the fewer of them there are, the fewer attacks you'll have flying back in your direction. Focusing party chat. Right. Focusing your efforts on eliminating one foe at a time is scientifically proven to reduce injury and untimely demise. Second, take a careful look at how much health each enemy has and any weaknesses you might be able to exploit. Step back and think for a moment, rather than rushing in swinging, and you'll save yourself, look how time of day is changing, and you'll save yourself time and bandages in the long run. Got it. Party chat. Comrades in arms. Oh, this is me? What? Why are you staring like that? Oh ho ho, don't tell me you've taken a shine at Adele here. No, it's nothing like that. I was just wondering how long you guys had been traveling around together, that's all. I mean, the way you fight and everything, it feels like you've known each other a long time. How long has it been, Elvis, since you first hired me? Ugh, crikey. I'm not sure. Did we meet before I set off, or did I bump into you later? I can't quite recall. I feel like these two are older than they look, right? Heh, not that it matters anyway. Don't sweat the details, that's what I always say. So you don't really know each other, or? Look, you don't need to go way back with someone to know you can trust them, and trust's the most important thing. You might think you need to know someone for years, but that's not always the way. This is true. It's a feeling you have, that's all. And you've either got it or you haven't. With Adele, I knew from the start I was onto a winner. Had the same feeling about you and all. Listen to your gut, laddie. You'll not go far wrong. You definitely might. But let's just let him have his thing, shall we? Sure. Got it. Alright, to the city. I mean, I could fight these guys, but oh my god, they run. Ha! They run. Alright, we'll deal with them later. No. Oh shoot, I guess I should save again.
Help! Somebody help me!
You okay? What's the matter?
A horrible man and woman took me, but then an old man and another woman came and saved me, but then the man got attacked and now he's really badly hurt.
We'd better go help him out. Will you show us where he is?
Alright, good kid, good kid. He ran for help.
Whoa! Are you okay? Wait a second. You're the guy from before.
Greetings, young seafarer.
You're hurt. We need to get you seen to right away.
'Tis not. But the princess...
What happened to Gloria? Is she okay?
The fiends took her.
Never mind that now. Let's get you to bed.
You're right. Come on.
Well, I'll be jiggled. So you're the famous Sir Sloan, eh? Lady Emma told me all kinds of wild tales about you, my man.
Ah, look at that.
Oh, and how is dear Emma? Is she well?
I'm afraid she passed on 6 months ago or so.
I see. Thou wert her apprentice. Time truly does fly. Why, I can recall when the good lady studied under another herself. But forgive me, much as I would love to spend the day in fond reminiscence, alas, there are more pressing matters at hand. I must away and wrest Her Highness from the clutches of those unconscionable rogues.
Sorry, but you won't be wresting anyone from anything in your condition. I'd be surprised if you could wrest yourself out of bed.
But I must!
Well, how about I join you?
You are kind indeed, young sir, but I cannot allow it. The rogues in question are in possession of an asterisk.
Well, that's all the more reason to go deal with them, right? Besides, I owe you after you helped me out back there at the beach.
But good sir,
I'm coming too. If there's an asterisk involved, I'm there with bells on.
Thine aid is appreciated, but might I ask why the asterisk would interest thee so?
Oh aye, ask away, pal. It's because of this old book, see? I found it when I was going through Lady Emma's stuff. I couldn't read a word of it when I first picked the thing up. But wave an asterisk near it, and the gobbledygook starts making sense. And I'm nothing if not nosy, so I set out on a quest to find enough of these special wee stones to read the whole thing.
Intriguing.
If I can find another asterisk and help your pal into the bargain, then everyone's a winner.
Is that like the codex thing from the other two games?
Great! Then we should leave right away.
Though it weighs heavy on my conscience to enlist the aid of strangers, I fear I have little choice. You have my thanks. Her Highness has been taken to an abandoned building north of the town. Let us make haste!
Okay, Sloan is now accompanying the party. What's Sloan's real name? Okay. Occasional companions. You'll sometimes be joined by other characters during the course of your adventure. You won't be able to you won't be able to control any such guest companions, but they'll help out with the odd attack and healing spell. Okay. Adventuring tips 2. Tents. You can use tents out in the field and at save points in dungeons. I don't remember this. Is this new? This might be new. Using one will restore all your HP and MP, and I feel like we had this before. Cure any status ailments, so it's a good idea to take a few along with you when setting out on the next leg of your adventure. You can buy them at all good shops, so be sure to stock up. And what is that? Collecting asterisks will enable you to change your party members' jobs. Open the menu and select jobs. To do so, you'll want to strike a good balance between the roles you assign. No full ninja teams. Okay. And okay, it's auto-saving, but we need to do another save. Oh. Alright. It's got a what is it? A seafaring motif, like a pirate motif, I guess. We want to save here. Okay. That is 2 saves. And head for the Outlaw's hideout. Got it. Okay, that's the end. I feel like this feels kind of like if the 3DS like just didn't tank as far as relevance once the Switch came out. I feel like this game would have been on the 3DS easily. Let's talk. Weigh yourself down with more equipment that you can safely carry and you'll soon suffer the consequences. Right. Wait, if you too good for me. Holy cow. Bruh. 12. Ha. Okay. I don't envy you. Okay, we'll talk to him in a second. Everything you need, shop should be able to help you. Right, okay, I think these people all say the same thing. Equipment's for equipping, and you can't throw things together willy-nilly. You need to think about what works best with what. Don't think too much though, waste all your energy fretting about every little equipment effect and you'll be exhausted before you even set out. Yeah, I know the feeling. I hate over equipping. I don't think we really have anything. I do remember that the shops have some stuff, but I think a lot of the time, what is this? Right. Different items for different classes. I do remember that a lot of the cool stuff you would find in the wild or in special shops. I'm trying to remember the first, like I think the second game. First we run into Lady Emma's another party chat. Old pal, then we stumble across an asterisk because the plot's thickening sure enough, and now we get to go and rescue a princess. How heroic are we? Party chat. Fond memories. Ah, Sloan. Are you sure you're okay? 'Tis not, lad. Thy concern is kind indeed, but far from necessary. Sloan's a badass. Really? But he's one tough old warhorse, huh? He's gotta be hurting pretty bad. Aye, the way he's strutting about the place, you'd never know he was flat on his behind until not so long ago. Wait, I think he might even be smiling. Permit an old man this indulgence, friend. 'Tis merely that, the four of us... Who is this guy? Who could this be? I'm like, his hairstyle's too fancy, right? Sloan? That's gotta be an alias. Right? Unless Sloan isn't really her bodyguard. Like, what if Sloan's like the king, right? 'Tis merely that the four of us adventuring together in this manner, it brings back fond memories of old time. Who are you? The four of us. Oh, wait, I get you. I'm forgetting myself. Princess Glory remains in peril. We must away. Who are these people? We better get moving, huh? Alrighty, let's share. I feel like the Dark Mage and Sloan, I feel like these two dudes are like really old, right? Like Sloan knew this guy's teacher, right? Let's shake a leg. I can only pray that I will not impede these fine youngsters' progress. Who is this guy? It wouldn't be ring a bell. Wait, are you sure you're okay? Never better, lad, never better. Now come. Time waits for no man. Who could this guy be? He wouldn't be you, would he? I'm talking about like protagonists from the last two games. The ending of the second game, half of it was good. I think the other half was a shoehorn, and I think people will know what I'm talking about if they played the second one. Let's go get Gloria and teach those creeps a lesson while we're there. Taking a kid as a hostage is crossing the line. Right. I think I'll skip. I won't worry about talking to all these other people. You'd be surprised how many people don't realize equipment's no good to you unless you actually... Okay, I hear you. You can quickly pop a weapon in your hand when you run into a monster for armor and accessories. Good luck throwing those on in a hurry. A kit check-in time saves 9 wallops to the noggin. Okay, so they really want me to equip stuff. But I don't think I have anything to equip yet. Yep, leather clap, tunic. Okay, he is wearing something. Like, they're all wearing stuff. I just can't get anything extra, or at least I haven't tried. There's somebody else in the shop now. Buckler, Pilgrims hat, a lot of stuff. I don't think I have the money to really go in yet. I won't worry about it. You have to think about how heavy these things. Oh, right. The weight thing. If you overload yourself with equipment that's too heavy for you, you'll run into all kinds of trouble. Weighty kid is a younger man. Okay. Yep. We're gonna keep moving. This is nothing like a good drink after a hard day's work. We got Sloan here. The fiends are to be found in an abandoned building to the north of town. Beware, asterisks make from formidable foes, but I have a plan, though I shall have need of your aid if it is to succeed. Okay, and I think Elvis is the only dude that has an asterisk, and the rest of us are freelancers. And I think the way the other two games went was that you would be able to equip, like after you master an asterisk, you could use these skills on one and like apply them to others. Like there was like a primary and a secondary job, I think, in the second game. I forget about the first game, it's been a while. Oh, we got hints now. Alright, so we want to head north. Right, okay. Oh. Okay, cool. We'll do that. We'll kill this rabbit first. Backstab. Allied advantage, that's what I want.
We're using this one.
Oh my god.
Here I go.
Giant pig. Okay. What we want to do, I'm going to brave off of, who's this? Adele? She's a freelancer, so treat. Restore 20% of a target's HP and 10% of the MP. Got it. So we're going to use examine on the work, and then we're going to attack one of these rabbits. Oh, you know what's different?
Okay then.
What's different now from the other games is that you would have to, previously you would have to input all of the skills for every character first, and then the battle would take place. But now it's more so you just input for one character, then they take their turn, and then you input for the next character and they take their turn now. So it's no longer all at once. We're gonna brave off him, we're gonna examine the rabbit, and then we're going to attack the rabbit. Alright, I think it said that he's weak to water.
What's next? I wonder.
So this is, yeah, weakness to water, to daggers, and to staves. Or I guess magic, and it's a beast type. Got it. This is Elvis. And let's try doing physical damage on one, and because I want to see what his stuff looks like what his physical power looks like, and then I'll do lightning on one to see what that looks like. 80 damage.
Almighty thunder!
129 damage. Okay. Huh. Okay. Vulnerable to daggers, yeah.
Guess it's my turn.
Yeah, Sloan is somebody.
Crikey! We're actually pretty tough.
Underdog bonus, what is that?
Good!
I learned treat. Got it. What, underdog like I'm the lowest level? Items acquired, none, okay. Alright. And we'll keep moving. Oh, Sloan's here now. Okay, and then we want to... Oh, there's more stuff. Looks like gates. Okay. And I gotta remember I can move the camera. There are also knights here that I wonder if, like, you get something for talking with them. When it gets dark, that's when the monsters really come out to play. There's more of them than in the daytime, and they're nastier too. If you want to make it to your destination with the minimum of hassle, travel during daylight hours, but if you fancy a monster hunt, nighttime's the right time. Maybe there are some monsters that only show up at night. Not that I'm endorsing monster hunting for its own sake, of course. A very dangerous pastime. Alright, I see it. I see the reference. Alright, so we want to keep moving up here. I think I saw a treasure chest on the... Oh, there we go. Leather cap. Maybe I'll give that... Whoa! Oh my god! What is that? No! Whoa! Ah! Alright. Bunch of big dudes. Look at these dudes. Sloan doesn't care. Look at him. Alright, no braves. Did we check out the pigs? The pigs are weak to fire, I bet. Okay, I'm going to examine the wolf. It looks plenty ugly. Oh, it's actually called a wolf. Smash. Oh my god. Okay, alright. Heal. Oh my god. Yeah, it's different now. It's different now because I can't just input heals anymore. Restore 20%. Let's heal him.
Let's see now.
Oh, thanks for bailing me out. What's next, I wonder?
We're gonna use fire on. Really? Fire hits everybody? All? Sing. Yeah, there we go. Tag them all.
Away and fire your heat.
Oh god.
Here I go.
Alright, how about this? Shoot, you know what I should have done? I should have just used Elvis and just braved out. I should have just braved out all the fire magic. I don't think... What is it weak to? Bows? And then the wolf is weak to daggers? How about we brave it out? We use... I got a potion? 250? Use the potion on No, brave it twice. Yeah, brave it twice. Use the potion on Elvis and then attack the wolf.
This'll do it.
Alright.
Back in the game.
Alright, cool. And then Sloan being Sloan.
What's the plan?
Alright, you could actually just brave it out and just kill them. Since they're also weak, I thought they were weak to swords. Yep.
We're done already.
Got him. Yeah. I'm starting to remember now. Yeah, when you were fighting weaker enemies, you can just brave it out completely and not really worry about this guy's glowing red. So it's probably everything in that area is glowing red. There's some humanoid thing out there. Okay, definitely an area I don't want to hit yet. Head for the outlaws hideout. Like, I don't mind grinding on these enemies, but I don't want to do it quite yet. You can never have too many tents with you. Right, tents, if you're going off adventuring outside town. I've known folks who've rushed out into the wilderness unprepared, and, well, let's just say not many have made it back in one piece. Careful preparation. That's what gets people to safety of a nice warm bed at the end of the road. What? Ah! Yeah.
Damn! They blindsided us.
Ah! Ah! Alright. Default.
It's nothing.
That's a bash.
Ouch!
Really, really weak attacks.
I'm up, huh?
See, because Sloan's not in view, I forget he's there. Like, just brave it. Just cheese it. Just keep, yeah.
Looks like we did it.
All right. Got an antidote. All right, now you. Want to hear something interesting? A little bird tells me that undead monsters, right, I remember that, can't cope with healing magic. That's right, healing them actually hurts them. Fancy that. Monsters are so strange, aren't they? Yep, I remember that. And then this is where we need to go. So let's save it. There's some option called lore. What, I don't know what that is. Alright, save complete. Not that. What's this? Monster, item, weapon, armor guide. Okay, so this is like the codex thing, I guess. Okay. Oh, I think we're good.